teams.
Alrighty, here. Let's see.
Do you know anything about either teams? Because I'm pretty clueless except for Intensify and Castoroma.
So, Luck of the Draw is actually a really strong team. They're probably, arguably, one of the best, like probably a top 2 team in the league right now. They're just across the board very strong players. I would argue if you're looking at like a power ranking of the top 3 teams right now, you're probably looking at a team like Luck of the Draw. You're looking at, I believe it is Aided's team, which I'm not 100% sure what the name was. I believe it's Rubber Ducky team. And you're looking at MBBC. So we're going to see a really good matchup here for Luck of the Draw. Hopefully we see another strong performance from them. But right now,
Wait, what is the actual rank of the jungler? Mate Rad.
Matt Red, he is Silver 1, but don't underestimate his rank. He plays pretty solid when he's on his on his mobile junglers.
Pretty sure I read in the list of players that he was like way higher, like plat or something.
That could be what his peak rank is, or he could have an account that's at that rank. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But BSG, Big Schmeat Gang, they are coming off of a loss in their last week to Mailbox's Angels, but they are also a very strong team, not to take lightly at all. Their top laner Grandmaster, based off power rankings, was in the top 5. I haven't seen him play very much, but I'm expecting, I mean, both Axebane and Grandmaster are both listed in the top 5, so I'm expecting a really good matchup in there in the top lane, as well as I'm really excited to see this bot lane, see Denkim go against Intensify.
Oh wait, Denkim is also Diamond 4.
Yes.
Alright, well, I'm rooting for Intensify.
I would like to see Intensify pop off in this one. I really want to see Big Schmeat Gang pop back after last week, because last week was kind of a crushing defeat for them. I believe they were undefeated until their second match, so they had won their first one, I guess. But yeah, they were looking really strong, and just unfortunate results, and Jax kind of snowballed. So hopefully this week they learn from that and are able to move forward.
Well, I just hope Intensify wins spot lane, and then hopefully his jungler in Castoroma doesn't troll again.
Well,
hopefully.
The way I see this going down, I don't see either bot lane coming out with a ton of kills in this lane phase. I think both ADCs are extremely good players. Both supports are both gold. Maybe we'll see, support getting caught out, and maybe we'll see some kills. But I wouldn't bank on seeing either of these ADCs getting caught out. Denkim, very good mechanics and very hard to lock down. So I would likely say that Denkim is probably the best player in this lobby right now. I mean, he's power ranked as the #1 player overall.
Oh, wait, he is?
Yep. Yes, he is. There was a stat error, and it was showing 0 kills as #1, and after getting that fixed, Denkim is now the #1. So Denkim right now is the best ADC in the league. I think he's only died once in 2 weeks. Yeah, he's only died once in 2 weeks, so I mean, it speaks a lot to how well he plays and how well he avoids taking unnecessary risks.
Well, looks like Intensify's got some work cut out for him.
Absolutely. I'm really curious to see how Philodoric does here in the jungle. I've never really paid attention to his jungling style specifically. I do know that Matt Red's a pretty strong jungler, but I mean, if you look across the board, basically everybody in Luck of the Draw is one of the best players in their given role. Every single one of them, I believe, places in the top 5 of their role. So, I mean, you're looking at one of the stronger teams by far. Like I said, probably a top 2 team in this league right now. And it's up to Big Schmeat Gang to see if, they're able to give them a challenge and maybe take a win. I know Castoroma can have very pop-off performances. We haven't seen it yet in the regular season. But I think he's due, and I want to see how Intensify does against, Denkim here, going against one of the best ADCs, if not the best.
You know, Castroma was like when I played that Jax versus Kale lane, he actually made it really hard early game. Just like sat there and every time I eat, he just walk away with QW. So he's actually pretty good. He just fucked up by not buying Seekers.
Yeah, I
Mm,
believe that was probably a huge issue. I mean, there should have been a lane swap in that situation, but I'm hoping
yeah,
to see these players bounce back from that. Hopefully, they've put it behind themselves,
I
learned
think
from it,
everyone's got
and maybe had a little bit of an ego check. Maybe not thinking that, oh, we're the best. Maybe thinking like, oh, we're the best, but if we throw like this, we're not going to have it. So, jumping right into the draft now. First band coming out is the Mordekaiser. Take a Mordekaiser away from Grandmaster. Grandmaster, I believe, did play this at some point during the season already, maybe week 1 or 2. And Thresh getting banned.
It's kind of a sketch one, but if they hate it, then that is what it is.
Absolutely.
Kassadin, that's very weird ban, but
I mean,
all right,
Castoroma is a 1 mil mastery Kassadin player. So
he
it
is.
makes sense. Yes,
Oh, I
he
thought he
is.
was.
Yep, he has a
Oh,
million mastery on Kassadin, so it makes sense banning out his one trick. I mean, I'm sure he's shifted away from Kassadin, especially with Kassadin getting weaker, but uh, with the tier buffs, I wouldn't want to see him on that champion. And looking at the rest of the bans here, looks like Ezreal was banned out, so Intensify will not be able to play the Ezreal. And Lilia and Jax were both banned out, taking those picks away. So, wow,
the
instantly.
Malphite.
Malphite versus Volibear. This is a Volibear favored lane. What do you think about that top matchup?
Yeah, I think that Malphite could definitely crush it once he gets Bramble, because the Volibear healing is going to be really hard to get off. Because every time Volibear gets his W off, he needs to get it twice to get the healing and the big damage. So if Malphite just walks away, I think he could be okay.
I agree. If Volibear ever goes for
But
the EQW combo, Malphite, as soon as he comes out of stun, can just do his own QEW and just walk out. So,
it's definitely
heck,
going to be Volibear favored early game.
absolutely. So, looking like we're going to see Matt Red play the Olaf. Olaf, I would say, is one of the stronger junglers right now, especially with Gore Drinker. So, I'm very excited to see
Olaf,
how well he does on that. And
Olaf,
look,
I think crushes Hecarim simply because whenever Hecarim runs in with his E, he just dies immediately to the Olaf because you can't ever kill him. He just
abs-
heals way too much.
absolutely. And looking like we got Ari versus Malzahar. So, I mean, I think Ari can definitely beat Malzahar in this lane. Ari with the long range, if Ari can break the spell shield. And Ari does have pretty decent wave clear too. So I actually really like this matchup for Castroma here. And looking like we're going to see, ooh, the Kaisa Blitzcrank. Ooh, we get to see Denkim on the
Oh,
Kaisa versus Tristana Leona. That's a pretty
okay,
high
that's
kill pressure
that's
lane.
that's pretty spicy.
There, we're gonna
One
see.
mistake is all it takes.
I honestly think I like the Tristana Leona in this lane. If Tristana times
Yeah,
properly, I believe it works the same as with Ezreal E, where if Blitzcrank hooks as Tristana jumps, Tristana still jumps out. That being said,
no,
if
it
Blitz
cancels her.
does it,
It cancels her. Yeah, because it's a displacement, both his E and her
okay,
the hook thing.
gotcha. Well, in that case, Blitzcrank could be a good pick here. Leona, though, if he ever hooks a Leona, I believe that just plays right into Leona's cards because that just gives Leona pretty much
Yeah,
free access on the Kaisa. So gonna be real interesting to see how well Shiro does here on the Blitzcrank. This is his main champion though, so we are seeing Shiro play his main Blitzcrank, and we are seeing Sammy Smooth play his main on the Leona. So I think we're gonna have a real
all
fun
right.
game on our hands here.
I think this could go either way.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely.
I can't say either team has won this draft. I mean, Malphite, Hecarim, Leona
Yeah.
engage is extremely strong. Tristana has great scaling, and Ari's solid. But on the other side, I mean, you got Volibear, you got Olaf, Malzahar, and a Blitzcrank with a Kaisa. I mean, it's just going to come down to execution. I don't see an edge on either side here. Maybe if you look at individual matchups,
Yeah,
I mean, but at that point, I mean, I don't know. This is going to be a close game.
I think all three lanes are winnable for either side. Honestly, the only one that's unplayable is jungle, and you don't have to fight the enemy jungler. You can just go gank bot lane or something.
Yeah, absolutely. it's going to be real interesting to see what this Hecarim's able to get going. I would like to see him start on the opposite camp of Olaf. I don't want to see him try to fight the same Scuttle at level 1 with him. So maybe definitely pathing away from him. Malphite, it's going to be real interesting to see how well Grandmaster does on the Malphite pick here. If he plays his cards right, he should be okay against Volibear, but against Olaf Volibear, I don't know about that one. I mean, Olaf does have the true damage to cut through the sheer tankiness. And looking like Tristana W does work the same as Blitzcrank. It's just about buffering it. So it's just about when the hook actually catches Tristana will determine, I believe, when whether or not she jumps away or gets pulled in. So
I thought it canceled it at any point. Does it? Okay.
no, I believe it is if Tristana does buffer it properly. Like if you cast it the moment you see the Blitzcrank hook come out, then you do get the jump away. But if you're in the middle of a jump and he hooks, you can get pulled out, I believe. But Tristana Leo is super.
Yeah.
They have kill pressure and they have quite a bit of disengage if they need to. So I mean, I really like that lane. I think it's a very smart lane, especially going against Denkim and Shiro, who are arguably looking like one of the best bot lanes in this league right now. I think, like I said, I think the real thing it's going to come down to is can Castroma get the ball rolling against Integray on the Malzahar. So,
all right.
Looking at Castroma's champion pool, I don't actually have Ahri listed in this champion pool, so I don't believe he's going to be nearly as comfortable on this pick as he would on other picks. I mean, if you look at the bans, he only had 2 bans really thrown at him, so he had the pick of the litter, but maybe he feels comfortable with the Ahri into the Malzahar.
Maybe it's his little pocket pick.
I mean, that is absolutely possible. Looking at Luck of the Draws roster, Malzahar is listed in Integray's pool, so Integray's probably going to be the more comfortable on the pick here. Anyways, we are now loading into this. Let's take a look at the masteries here of all these players. So look, Castroma does have some mastery on this champ, actually more mastery than Malzahar. So looking like Castroma probably just has a really deep champion pool here, and while it's not in, say, his top 10 highest mastery, it's definitely up there. I don't know how much he's played it this year, but he's got the mastery, so hopefully we can see him pop off on this pick here. Looking like it will be quite a fun matchup here. Alrighty, and I am now loaded in the game. Are you?
Yep.
Okay. Real quick, I'm at 10, 11, 12, 13.
12. 13,
14?
Yeah.
Okay, looking like we are good. Alrighty, let's get right into this. So, looking right off the bat here, we got BSG looking like they're going to be pushing through this top side over here. Ahri does drop the ward over on the blue side in case there's an invade, but looking like they are going to stack over here, maybe just trying to catch them if they do try to walk up for some aggressive warding here, or possibly even setting up for a
I don't know why they
invade.
aren't invading on Blitzcrank. They have the hook. They can pressure things, but they just didn't want to.
Yeah, kind of an odd one. Looking like they are going to back off this place. Looking like they were just 4-stacking in case they went for the top side. Invade for vision, trying to get a little cheeky early first blood, but just getting the ward in the pixel brush and just everybody going back to their roles. Hecarim looking like he is pinging that he's going to start on his Raptors here.
Oh.
So
it's pretty sketchy, but
solo Raptor start. I don't know how effective the clear is, but I do like it. It does hide where you're going to be, and it gives both your laners early prio and lane. So I'd say any jungler that's able to do that and not put themselves massively behind, giving their lanes the early advantage is definitely worth it. And looking like Olaf is going to be starting on this red buff here. Volibear walking the lane a little bit early. Actually, he's probably going to give this out of where Olaf is starting. Not that it wasn't already fairly easy to telegraph. Ready.
Ahri shoving in the wave immediately? That's kind of weird, but...
Yeah, maybe just trying to get that early level 2, trying to put the pressure on early, force Malzahar to burn a lot of mana, try to match this wave clear in their tower. So
She did miss 2 minions off that. I don't know if that's worth.
yeah, and Hecarim having to use Smite on the second buff already, very low. So interesting start here. Not 100% sure it was worth it, but Volibear already taking control of this lane, despite Malphite getting the lane first. I mean, Volibear's already just got full control, hit the early level 2, and chunked Malphite down to half HP.
Malphite will never get his shield off because he just keeps proccing it with his AoE lightning thing, whatever it's called.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking like trying to just get a little bit more harassed with the E. I'm not a huge fan of how he's using that E like that. I would like him to see him use that and try to use the shielding to aggressively farm and push this wave in. Blitzcrank hitting the hook onto Tristana. Tristana flashes away, gets caught. Leona's now going in here. Hits the stun onto Blitzcrank. And looking like they're just going to walk away. They do end up getting the flash. Gank going down top side. Volibear getting the first blood. Hecarim really walking out with his life.
Volibear 2v1 that.
What was going on there? Oh my goodness. Volibear just way too strong in the first 3 levels. Yeah, not paying attention to the wave state. And Malphite's TPing to the wave. Volibear could chunk him down again here.
Is trolling. What is he doing?
Malphite just TPs to wave and loses half his health bar. Volibear is very happy with that. Olaf is topside. And engage going on here bot side. Tristana jumps in but gets pulled in. Knocked up and Kappa does go down. Leona trying to get out of this.
Why?
Why would you jump in so aggressively like that, Intensify? You just set it up perfect for Blitzcrank from what was a good engage. Oh, looking like they're going for the chase here. Blitzcrank needs to hit the hook. Just misses. Gets stopped by the flash. Wow, so no flashes on this bottom side here for BSG.
Looks like a free gank for Olaf. I think Malphite's dead here.
Malphite forced to flash away now.
No, he has to flash.
Wow. They are just, everybody's flashing.
Luck of the draw. Proving themselves stronger.
That they are. This is very interesting how it's going to go, and I feel like Volibear just, after being able to 1v2 like that, he's just going to be very confident and just be able to push this. And I don't think he's going to care at all about Malphite's harass. So Malphite just going to let this wave crash. Meanwhile,
he's trying to pull off a janky freeze, but
yeah, I don't know if it's the best to try to go for a freeze right there. In that situation with Volibear having TP, maybe if you're trying to force him to have to TP back to break it, but I think Volibear is going to be perfectly okay with that, having gotten the kill. And looking like the wave is going to be pushing again here bot side. Hecarim is pinging for a gank here, but he will be walking over a ward.
I don't think Hecarim's... Yeah, Hecarim can't do that.
Yeah, Hecarim does just clear the control ward and leaves. Olaf is on Raptors here, though. And looking like they are going to try to start up this dragon.
Really bad. I don't know if they can do that. No, they're just going to get stopped. There's no way.
Yeah. Olaf, I believe, does spot this out. Looking like they are walking up now. Leona going in on a Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa getting dropped very low. Olaf's going in on a Tristana.
And they're all dead.